So, what is the impact of, what is his impact on Australian cricket? Because from the little that I've seen and read about him, he is a star in his own right. Obviously, not to the levels of Shane Warne, but he himself had a lot of impact as a player. But even post, his playing days, he had a lot of impact on Australian cricketers coming up through the ranks. So, can you talk to us a little bit about his legacy and what he meant to Australian cricket?
Oh, Rodney Marsh's contribution to Australian cricket is absolutely phenomenal. I grew up at the back end of his career, so I didn't get to see a lot of him play other than watching old videotapes when I was growing up. You'd hear about this legendary Rodney Marsh and they'd replay catches of that he was taking off Dennis Lilly's bowling and things like that. And the first Australian wicket-keeper to score 100 in Test match cricket. So a wonderful career on the field, and in an era when you had the Chappells and Lilly, as we mentioned, a great time for those guys as players, but certainly the flow-on effect once he'd retired and got himself involved into coaching and setting up the Australian, the Cricket Academy here in Australia, down at Glenelg in South Australia, and the crop of players that came through that became the next generation. Rodney Marsh inspired guys like Adam Gilchrist, probably the greatest keeper batsman that I've seen in my lifetime, and so many others under his tutelage down there at the Australian Cricket Academy. And then to go and replicate something similar in the UK, and I often wonder what it's like for guys going and working in other countries and developing players in other countries. But it just shows that the love of the game and the desire to progress the game as a whole was more important to Rodney Marsh. And